Well, hello, folks. It's Jeffrey Darty. I'm the Christian whistleblower. And I want to tell you something today, my friends. I am locked and loaded and ready to rock and roll. Your preachers can run, your pastors can run, your priests can run. They might trip in their dresses, but they can run, but they can't hide anymore because the Christian whistleblower is coming after them. We are tired of playing and we're ready to rock and roll. Wall to wall, treetop tall, locked and loaded. What you gonna do when the truth of the scriptures bust out all over you? All right, we've been talking about John, the rise of the spirit of Antichrist, and tonight I'm talking about the subject of round the altar of Antichrist. And I want to read the scriptures for you that we have been basing this on, and it's really just a couple of scriptures. We're going to read them for you, and I want to show them to you because, quite frankly, if I don't show them to you, you won't believe me. You'll think I'm making it up. And I'm actually reading from the text of my book, Final Message of the Last Apostle. And this is straight from the original Greek, straight from the original Greek. And this is 1 John. I'm not going to tell you exactly where because I want you to actually do some work. John, and this is the literal Greek rendering. Every spirit, not some of the spirits, not most of the spirits, but every spirit that does not publicly declare that Yeshua the Anointed arrived as a full-grown man, looking, appearing, walking, talking, able as a man, and able to make decisions for himself. Every spirit that does not publicly declare this is of Antichrist. Do you hear what that is saying? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I just want you to take a second, think about that. Every spirit, I don't care if it's the spirit of your pastor, I don't care if it's the spirit of your priest, I don't care if it's the spirit of your preacher, I don't care if it's the spirit of your rabbi, I don't care whose spirit it is. Every single spirit that will not publicly declare that Yeshua came into this world as a grown human walking and talking is of the spirit of Antichrist. That's not my words. I'm Jeff. He that wrote this is called John. And by the way, he was the last man alive that had ever walked with Yeshua. So I think he knew exactly what he was talking about. And do you realize what this means? It means that we're living in a bizarro world. I just recently met a Superman fan, so I am understanding what the bizarro world is. Left is right, up is down, wrong is right, black is white. Everything is opposite of what it's supposed to be. And that's the world that we're living in. And it's really, in some cases, kind of sad. And up until now, for most of us, and I say us because I used to be one of you, it's not our fault. But from here on out, from September 28th, 2016, 8:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it becomes your fault. You move from ignorant to stupid if you do not take appropriate action. Because up until now, I'm being generous. Up until now, you have thought that you're following the Christ. You have thought that you're worshiping the Christ. You have thought that you are partnered up with the Christ, worshiping the Christ, going to the church of the Christ, following the doctrines of the Christ. That's what you thought. But the whole time, when you thought you were worshiping the Christ, you were servicing the spirit of Antichrist. The whole time that you thought that you were doing good works for Christ, you were doing the work of the Antichrist. All the time where you thought that you were of the Spirit of Christ, you've been of the spirit of Antichrist. Jeff didn't say it. John said it. What you going to do? Now the apostle and his words have broken out all over you. It hadn't been your fault, but now it is. And don't tell me how hard it is to leave your church. When I found this out, I was a full-time minister. Left my church, left my job, left my salary. So don't tell me how tough it is. And I got to ask you as we close the broadcast, it's kind of late, and I know that things didn't, I just had a busy day. Should it really surprise us that the church that we've been following is the church of Antichrist, the spirit of Antichrist, not the spirit of the Christ? Think of what we've been following. We've been following a killer God. Read your Old Testament. How many people did the Lord butcher? How many times did he say, kill all the men, all the women, all the girls, all the boys, all the babies? And if you want to know, go back and listen to some of my shows and I'll tell you exactly how many. How many did he kill? Are we really surprised? Are we really surprised that we serve a Antichrist God when he says women should be in the kitchen making us a sandwich, bitch? When he says women are not even allowed to talk in church, when he says he doesn't allow a woman to have authority over a man, when he says it wasn't man that sinned, it was the women, and that women should have a mark on their head, and that they should be the sexual property of men, it's all in the book. Does it really surprise you that you're in the spirit of Antichrist, not the spirit of the Christ? How about a spirit that says that you're born with sin, when the truth is you've got the strength, the spark of divinity within? How about a system that other things have to die and you have to be covered with blood to be set free? Does that sound like Christ or Antichrist to you? How about a system that preaches hatred and exclusivity? How about a system that preaches that if you haven't heard the name of this dude that we say has done the deed, you're going to die and go to hell no matter what? How about that? I'm not even going to finish the rest of this. What does that sound like to you? You have no more excuses, and I have no more empathy for you if you don't read what the apostle said and deal with it. Again, what you gonna do now that the truth of the apostle has broken out all over you? I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian whistleblower. I'll be back tomorrow night. I need to get off here because I'm too full of it tonight. I'm too fired up. I used to say I'm under the spout where the glory comes out, but it's just there's not enough time to play mamby-pamby, tiptoe around the tulips anymore. Pastor, preacher, Lord, I'm your huckleberry. Say when.